and welcome to yet another book haul, except we're doing all hardcovers for this video. I actually ended up with a total of 5 boxes of hardcovers. I'm going to show you 3 of them now and then 2 of them at a later date. I actually ended up with like 7 boxes of hardcover, 8 boxes of hardcovers, but a lot of them are staying with me. So these are the ones that I already have or and maybe just not interested in making space for currently because, you know, I already kept a whole bunch of them. But let's go ahead and get into it because, you know, I have a preference for hardcovers, so this is very exciting. So these are all hardcovers that I'm going to sell on Whatnot. $3 to $4 is where they're starting at, and it's all science fiction and fantasy. So hopefully you guys are down for it. It will be at noon on Sunday. I know, West Coast friends, I'm sorry. That's when I'm deciding to do this. But hopefully everything will be listed before Sunday, so that way you guys can pre-bid on it if you cannot make the time. If you are new to Whatnot, you can get a $15 credit down below if you open the description box. It'll go towards the books, it won't go towards the shipping, but, you know, $15 would be 3 hardcovers, so I think that's pretty great. And if you are not new to Whatnot and have been here before, there will be a pinned comment that just directly links to the show. So let's go ahead and get into this first box here. First one is Isaac Asimov's Nightfall and Other Stories. This is a double-day book club edition, so this is a bunch of short stories by Isaac Asimov. It does have foxing, but you know, it's Isaac Asimov, and this is a book club edition hardcover from 1969, so that's pretty great in my opinion. We have Ted Williams' Shadow Play, also has a little bit of a tear there. All of these books are going to have pictures and descriptions of their condition, so that way, again, this is a first printing from 2007. It is a DAW hardcover. So, first edition there. Star Wars: The Force Awakens by Alan Dean Foster. Alan Dean Foster, of course, does a lot of these media tie-in books. He's very good at it. So this is a first print from 2015 for the movie. 2 Elizabeth Moon books. Both these have some tattering around the top spine there. But this is Elizabeth Moon Engagement, a sequel to Once a Hero. I do not have Once a Hero, I'm so sorry. But Elizabeth Moon does do pretty great, strong female characters from 1998. And then we have Against the Odds. Same female character protagonist here. This one is from the year 2000. Again, same dust jacket condition with some tattering around the edges. We have a first edition hardcover of The Moon and the Sun by Vonda McIntyre. This is literally the 5th time I found this book. I already have this book. This is one of the Nebula Award winners. I still haven't read this book. I feel at this point, since I found this like 5 times at this point, this and the Michael Chabon book, Policeman's Union, I just need to read them because I keep finding them and it's like the universe is telling me to stop procrastinating and just get on it. So if you would like a copy, first edition hardcover, there you go. Finnegan of the Rock, this is actually YA, but this is a very beautiful hardcover. This is by Melina Marchetta. I've told you that YA is a weakness of mine, but you know, as I mention every time, Harry Potter is considered YA. I would not consider that YA. I mean, I understand that it has a teenage protagonist, but the content and the reading, I think, is at a higher level than that. This is from 2010. So there is that. Catherine Kurtz, In the King's Service. This is a Duriani novel. Again, I'll take all the stickers off. There's random stickers on all of these. Some of these have thrift store stickers, some of these have thrift book stickers, some of these have Amazon stickers. It's just, this is a first print from 2003. Again, I got all of these at a giant warehouse sale where I filled up my Bronco full of books and it was glorious. definitely glorious. This is Dune, House Carreno. This is one of the hardcovers by Frank Herbert's son and written in collaboration with Kevin Anderson. So this is like a side quest Dune book talking about the different houses, or I guess going into lore of the different houses. This is a first print from 2001. We have The Scar by Sergei and Marina Dyachenko. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. Not to be confused with The Scar by... in the last one I did, that was a different author. This is from 2012. So this is apparently an English hardcover edition. Original work was written in 1997, so that's interesting. Got some... Another Kevin Anderson book. This is The Last Days of Krypton. Before there was Superman, there was Krypton. This is a DC book. This is also a first print. This is from 2007. That is the first box there. Oof. Second box has a bunch of thick boys in it. Oh, Jesus, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. It's so pretty. I love books so much. I do. Don't get me wrong. It's been a lot of work processing all of this and like trying to get it listed, but there's no better feeling than being buried in books, other than like actually being able to sit comfy in a chair, like in my little nest, and read a book. But I'll get there eventually. The Phoenix Transformed. This is the third book in the Enduring Flame. I actually like paid, I think, $25 for this book on Amazon a really long time ago, because this was like the last book in the series and I couldn't find it anywhere. That's like before I like decided to sell books. But I do have this book. I have read this trilogy. I actually read it originally when I messed up my knee and I was on a cruise. I read like all 3 books on that cruise because I couldn't do anything else because my knee was really messed up. I tore 3 ligaments, fractured my tibial head, tore my meniscus. It was awesome. I had no idea during that cruise that that's what I did to my knee. It wasn't until I got back that I figured that out. That's why I'm a bionic woman now when I go running. Anyway, Phoenix Transformed by Sadie Zlacki and James Mallory. It's a great trilogy. I recommend you read it. Kind of sucks that like I'm offering the 3rd book to you, but there you go. The Martians by Kim Stanley Robinson, of course, most well known for writing the Mars series, Red, Green, and Blue Mars. I actually found that trilogy at this book sale, but I put it up on eBay and it immediately sold. That was like the first thing to sell. But here's a hardcover, The Martians. This I think is maybe a book club edition. So all 3 of these books I'm offering for sale and whatnot because I already have them. The reason why I talk about Brian Jacques every time and I keep picking him up and trying to get people to read them is because I personally love his books and I have several of his books. Like I said, I have 10 in the Redwall series. I have some of his YA, which is what this book is. This book is technically, well, I think technically all of his books are considered YA, but I don't consider the Redwall series YA personally. This is Castaways of the Flying Dutchman. Look how beautiful this cover is. This is actually like, you know, fantasy sea teenager going off type of deal. But I love the way he writes. Totally love the way he writes. This is from 2001. I already have this. And then we actually have some Redwall books. This is Lomehenge by Brian Jacques. I have this already in hardcover. There's the man himself looking dapper. And then Tagarung. This is one of, okay, so normally in these books there's very clear like good and evil, okay? Tagarung is one of the few books where the main character would normally be considered an evil character because of their species, like mice and badgers and squirrels are always good. Weasels, foxes, they're normally always bad. But this is one of the books where the main character would normally be bad, but they don't want to be. So it's not always the case, and so that's what makes this one kind of unique. And there's a hardcover of it. I already have this one. So there's that. And then one more last box for y'all. Whoology, the official miscellany of Doctor Who. Whenever I do a show, people always ask me if I have any hardcover Doctor Who books. There you go. I know normally you want the little ones, and it's so funny because I always have them up for sale, and then they never actually sell and whatnot. They always sell when I put them up on eBay. I have an Ender's Game. I have a mini hardcover of Ender's Game, so this is considered a permabound volume. I think this is Moid's favorite cover. I know this is one of his favorite science fiction books. I like this one. This looks much better than the creepy child from the trade paperback. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's in a previous haul video. Larry Niven, The Ringworld Throne. I have one of the Wheel of Time books up. This is book 7 of the Wheel of Time. This is a first edition. Warren Douglas, The Sacred Pool. Stephen Donaldson, The Gap into Power, A Dark and Hungry God Arises. So this is part of his science fiction series. From the Thomas Covenant. There we go. I could not remember. It's like I had a stroke or something. Book 3 of the Malorian. This is Demon Lord of Kiranda. Book 3 of the Malorian, Demon Lord of Kiranda. This is the third book. The Malorian series actually has 5 books in it. I know that because I'm only missing in the paperbacks from the same haul. I have 4 of the 5. I'm missing, I think, book 2. But when I find that one, that will go up for sale on eBay. But third book is in hardcover here and can be yours. I do find it funny that I think I found the third book in that series like 4 times now. We have Michael Flynn, sequel to Firestar. This is Rogue Star, a novel of future in the making. This one is a romantasy, but it's an old romantasy. This is by Greeley. This is Angel Fire. Before romantasy was a phrase. I have Arthur C. Clarke, 2061, Odyssey 3. Jack McDevitt, Infinity Beach. Military Space Sci-Fi. This is also YA. This is Laurie Halse Anderson's Ashes. This is part of Seeds of America trilogy. Chains and Forge are the first 2 books, so this is the third book in this trilogy. Just putting it out there because it's a good book. It's a good series. S.M. Sterling, The Sword of the Lady, a novel of the change. I have a hardcover of Pegasus in Space by Anne McCaffrey. This is the first book, I think, in the series in hardcover. And then I have J.K. Rowling, The Ichabod. I don't buy her books brand new anymore. I only buy them pre-owned. Well, for a lot of reasons, of which I'm sure a lot of you can guess based on what limited information you have on me and also my personal viewpoints. But I still love Harry Potter. I still have all of the Harry Potter books. All of the other books that she has put out since the 7th Harry Potter book, I have only ever picked up pre-owned, and I have only ever picked up books in the Harry Potter world. So, if you would like a copy of the Ichabod, but don't want to actually give her any money, but would like to read this book, because it does have some really cool stuff in it, like it has a bunch of illustrations from actual little kids all over the United States and Canada. It's supposed to be like a little children's story. I'm not sure what this is. It just looked cute and less socially charged than her other books. So I picked it up and it can be yours. It is in very good condition. But again, Sunday, noon, Eastern Standard Time. Most of these will be between $3 and $4. And it's all medium mail shipping, so hopefully you guys can pick up some hardcovers from yourself. Of course, I feel like I'm the only person that has a desire here for hardcovers. I know that there's so many people, like I know BookJock prefers paperbacks, and I know a lot of people like collect the vintage paperbacks because I don't know, they're more easily accessible, I guess, and less expensive, but I just prefer hardcovers because I like rereading stuff if I really like it. Of course, I'm not really reading a whole lot right now, but I've just gone through too many paperbacks when I was younger, so hardcovers it is, unless I can't find it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll either see you Sunday, or I'll see you next week for the paperback show, or I won't see you again because you hate me. Bye!